Gotcha!
I don't know what to do now. That was supposed to be our intro. literally not even during the thing. It's actually during the freaking intro. Anyhow.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 288.
Dude, I couldn't help it. It was a real sneeze.
Listen, Var is choosing this moment. He knows this is my.
I couldn't help it. It was a real sneeze.
I'm my most vulnerable right now. I'm so mad.
It was a real sneeze.
Woo! I am just about to just start raging.
I am messed up.
It was real.
I'm messed up.
What are you doing? Know your place, young lady. This is why your parents forget about you.
Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
I'm in not a planned mood today. I am raging about this stupid Switch.
I would never forget about you, Purple.
Poor thing!
I would selectively choose to ignore you.
I would selectively choose to ignore you.
Anyway, that's Var, that's John.
Yeah,
I'm John.
And I'm...
Okay, let's cut to it.
To a very calm episode.
People are mad today. What's going on?
Listen, I'm mad. You don't need to be. You don't need to put a blanket statement out on everybody. I will take the heat, guys. I am very.
Well, you're making
mad.
Everyone else mad by being mad at them for nothing that they did.
That's how anger works, Var. It's passed down from person to person.
Aw, it's okay, Purple. Stop being so sensitive.
Tell us your sad story, Jonathan.
It's not. Listen, there's not a sad story. It's just an enraging story for me. I am upset by two things: losing in Overwatch. Right. And two,
it's your own fault.
That is my own fault. But two, having to lose any type of money. Like when money is gone, when I'm paying more money than I should, I get very angry. The one time my real life friends have ever seen me like legitimately raging angry. Because I'm normally like around people, I'm like normally chill. It was one time.
Why can't you chill around us?
Listen, Purple. I'm kind of normally chill around you, except when I'm playing Overwatch. When's the last time I was like really mad about you?
Now!
No, you're just caught in the crossfire. I'm not like... Anyhow.
Is that any better, though? Is it better to be caught in the crossfire and not actually the target of your rage, but still have to take the damage?
Totally.
No, it's way worse!
It's not way worse.
You didn't do anything and you're still getting yelled at?
Because she's only getting, like, 10% of my rage at one moment, not the full 100% brunt of my actual rage.
I didn't even do anything and you're banding me?
I once, instead of registering online, went in person to register for my class. That ended up in a thing where, instead of paying $35 for a credit, I had to pay $400 to be enrolled in the class. And I was legitimately... Like, I was mad. I was visibly shaking. I was so mad because I had to pay an extra $300. This is a deal with the Switch, okay? So, freaking eBay, today, eBay does a little promotion where you have... On eBay today, we have the freaking Nintendo Switch, which was originally offered for $280, which, if you applied the promotion that eBay's doing today, where they take 20% off your order, you could get the Switch for $224. Now, I missed this deal. Fair enough, alright? That's on me. Listen, I have no time to slow it down for people. You live life on the edge, you make stupid deals that don't get you anywhere because they don't freaking honor them with eBay. So then I go and I decide to get, instead of having the $281 that sells out, Newegg puts up their Switch for $299, which means I can still get it for $239.95. With this 20% off, right? So I can get the Switch for essentially $240. I get on the thing, I order the freaking Switch, and also a copy of Super Mario Odyssey, because I'm like, I want to, obviously you want to get Odyssey, you want to play it. Turns out, they don't honor my freaking payment, because the Newegg sells out of it as I'm making my actual purchase. So now I have to settle for a $325 Switch, and it's going to get there 2 weeks late, and might miss my window entirely. I'm having it shipped to Idaho, because I'm going to Idaho for spring break. Like, that's the thing where it might arrive there after my spring break. So not only have I lost, I have to pay an extra $40 for this stupid Switch. I also have to wait an extra 3 weeks, basically, to get my Switch. Very, very upset at eBay for making this happen. But again, I'm getting it $40, so I really can't complain. But I am complaining right now.
I mean, it's hard to honor a purchase if they don't have any more units to give to you.
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's my, like, generally in online stores, the moment you're in your cart, that copy is reserved for you. Like, if you placed an order and you're going to check out, that order is reserved for you until you check out. So when I got it, it said they're still in stock. I just put in my PayPal payment. I hit place order. It places a pending order. I now have a pending order of $300, so that's going towards my credit limit right now. But I can't. It's actually in this weird ether because it's like there but not there. I'm gonna copy and paste this.
The purchase ether.
I'm gonna copy and paste this onto the thing so that you guys can see what the frick I'm talking about. All right, let me see if you guys can see this, right? So look at it. There's a PayPal. My PayPal MasterCard is showing a purchase for $300, but it's pending. So I can't use this $300 I don't have on my credit right now because it's still pending. I don't know if it actually succeeded or not. The freaking Mario Odyssey went through, so a good thing I'm gonna have that stupid video game without a console to play it on. And then
makes it sound like it did go through.
It didn't. I didn't get a email from Newegg, and when I went back to the thing, it said it's out of stock. So I'm assuming I didn't actually purchase it, and because of that, I essentially lost $20.
So what if they do honor your purchase though, and you get that nice new Switch at that nice discounted price, and then you look over it and you have your second Switch that you bought in haste because you were afraid you weren't going to get a good deal?
My brother wants a Switch, so I'll probably have my parents pay back the price to give him as a birthday present. It'll be the cheapest the Switch has ever been, so they'll probably do it. So worst comes to worst, you know, I'll still get that money somehow. I'm just like really mad because I lost money, and nothing infuriates me like that. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
That's a pretty crazy story, John.
That's real crazy, dude. And Purple, you were having a bad day too.
Yeah, so my parents were like out doing errands and stuff, and like they decided to go get dinner because you know they can just do that sometimes. It's okay. I just saw the description of the podcast. And so like they went out to get dinner, and sometimes when they do that, they bring home leftovers. And so my mom came into my room and she was like, "Oh, we went to go get dinner and we brought leftovers home for your brother. But sorry, I didn't bring your ravioli, which is like one of my favorite foods, because my mom ate it."
Why would she even bother telling you?
I don't know.
It would have been better had she not said anything. Like,
yeah, she just didn't say anything.
Being honest, I appreciate that. Communication.
Or she's just rubbing in the fact
that
she
ate your finish. But John, you need to calm down, okay?
Ben, listen, you already have your own Switch, your own GameStop discount.
Wait,
don't be like
surprise guest star Ben.
Ben, get in here, Ben. Get in here.
Ben,
Okay,
just
hi.
listen, just stick around for a second. You can this is a streaming. You can just be around and then just leave whatever. Listen, you already got your Switch, buddy. You already got your whole thing.
Yep.
So you're past.
Alright, well, I guess
this
it's
now.
back to being about John. Sorry.
Yeah, so much purple. Rip.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Okay, I will. I'm sorry.
See, I told you, you need to calm down. Let Purple finish her story about spaghetti.
Finish. Okay, Purple. What happened?
Your mom. Oh my God! Your mom touched your spaghetti.
Touch my spaghetti.
Oh, it was ravioli.
Relevant. We are so relevant.
Ravioli, yeah.
Touch my ravioli.
Ravioli.
So instead of having probably cold ravioli, I had crappy.
Defiled ravioli.
Ravicoldi.
Wow.
Your mama defiled the ravioli.
Mamma mia, I like them.
Did she get it from Sins of Pasta or Sins of Gluten?
Oh, shut up. Shut you down.
Purple's sense of ravioli right now.
I had crappy microwave mac and cheese there.
Oh.
Wait,
I
what?
mean,
What'd you have? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, whatever.
See,
Someone
the
with a
anger gets
ketchup,
passed
mac and
around.
cheese.
Sorry, guys.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
yeah,
I'm figuring
whatever.
out where
It's
the
not like he
ad
was
bend
lying.
is.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Oh. I'm
Yeah, well,
being left out of something.
I just like I love the idea that your mom went out to get food for everybody, ate her own meal, decided I'm still hungry and, and ate your meal, and then came back home and just rubbed it in your face.
I mean, she didn't mean it like maliciously or anything. It was just
How
like-
can you not mean it maliciously?
I don't know.
She was probably still eating it when she walked through the door.
No.
Like, just taking that very last bite. Yeah, this is...
I mean,
delicious.
realistically
Where'd you get
speaking, I
this?
could probably eat 2 raviolis. Like, ravioli isn't exactly a filling meal.
So that's for me. I can eat like literally 2 ravioli squares and then I'm
Yeah.
full.
It's not
What?
so much
2
about
squares?
food, though. It's about common decency.
I did
Yeah,
have
it
I had
is- yeah, it's
ravioli
the
at the in
decency
New York. Yeah, no, it's the thing that Royal like she got something for you, and then she like and if she didn't have dinner, that's totally understandable. Where she didn't have dinner and she's like, you know what, I'm really hungry
Maybe
right now.
the
I'm sorry.
ravioli
I'm just
was
late."
for dinner. And she just had like leftovers she was gonna bring me, and then she ate them because it was still her dinner.
Or she could have just gotten you food.
Yeah, she's
Well,
at
the
the
thing
store
is-
right now getting food, so
The problem is she brought back stuff for your brother though, right? Did she eat your brother's meal?
no.
Right.
clearly
So
there's
there's
a
clearly a hierarchy in terms of
Yeah.
which kid is
My brother
preferred.
is a growing teenage boy, and he.
You're a growing teenage girl.
No, I'm not. I've already grown.
Wow. Oh my god.
I like how you're making excuses for your parents.
Well, they're not here to defend themselves, so you know
Wait,
they're
your
not like
mom's a
terrible
patron.
people. It was
What?
just this one time that was kind
Your
of.
mom
You're
is
the
a
one
patron. She could just
wait,
join.
you-
I will give if your mom joins right now. I will give her live stream. Like I will enable the role. She'll be a live stream guest. She can defend
You're the one-
herself.
That would
So
be
wait,
interesting.
you came on here to complain about your parents.
I didn't
Then
come
when
on
we
here to
agree with you,
complain.
you start defending them. Like what? Like that's like John. That's like John saying, "Well, eBay needs the money."
Starving eBay.
You know what? It's okay. It's
not
okay.
that
I
bad,
understand.
guys.
I mean, eBay at least. I mean, they brought home leftovers for some other Switch fans. They were able to get their Switches. That's
Yeah,
fine. You know,
that's okay.
maybe
You know what?
eBay wants to play Mario Odyssey too.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
Guys,
Oh god.
I just love the idea. Like your mom is just walking in like I don't know, like a Toys R Us or something, and she's like, "Wow, this would make a perfect birthday present for my daughter." Hey, Purple, I got you this amazing present. Or I saw this amazing present that would be
But I
perfect for
ate
you. So I got it for myself. Here, you
Sold it
see?
on eBay for a markup.
But also, don't forget, like I bought it for myself and your brother too. I thought he might enjoy it.
And your
so I
brother,
gave him
yeah.
one.
I thought your brother might like it.
I thought.
No,
your
I thought
brother
you would like it. That's why I got it for your brother.
Your
I
brother
thought
likes
you
purple
would like
dragons,
it,
right?
but then I remembered you're on the computer all the time, so I just
It was
wanna-
revenge. It was revenge.
I thought you'd like it, but then I remembered you're my least favorite child.
Aw.
Maybe
Alright,
if
I
you
doubt that,
came
but-
upstairs sometimes, I would remember you existed.
Maybe today.
But she did remember she existed. She went through the effort of going downstairs, opening up the door, and saying, "Hey, I did
Not
get
only
this
did
for
she
you."
open the door, she unlocked my
Does
door.
Purple
I-
live
I
in like
want,
the
like-
same kind of bedroom that Harry Potter does, like right?
Coming to eat a
He
steak!
lives in a cupboard.
Not sleep under the
That makes a lot of sense. You do complain about spiders being around a
What
lot.
did you say, Purple?
I said I don't sleep under the stairs, and then I had to think about it for a second because my room is right next to the staircase.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh.
Purple,
I-
Next to the
like,
you're a
staircase
wizard.
or
I hope
in
this
the
trend
staircase.
continues of Purple's mom like buying her brother stuff. He's like, "Hey, you know, I saw this really great dress yesterday. I bought it for your brother. I don't know what he's gonna use it
Why would
for."
my mom buy me a dress? She knows I hate those. I hate those.
I bought you a copy of Final Fantasy 15 for the
I-
PC and gave it
I
to your
bought
brother
you a
instead.
dress, then I remembered you don't like dresses, so I returned it, used the money, and got your brother a new video game.
I returned it to get you a better gift, but nah. We'll just get something for the brother.
My brothers like always want stuff. I don't like asking for things.
That's
She
not-
gives your brother a cake for your birthday. It says like "Happy Birthday, Selena" on it. And she's like,
Last year on my birthday, or my last birthday, I never ate my birthday cake because I just never got around to it.
Why?
So you are your own worst
I was not in
enemy.
the mood. I was not in the mood for it, and then my brother just ended up eating it.
Oh my
"Oh
god.
wow."
You are an odd case, Purple Dragon.
I don't like being assertive about the things I want.
Duly noted.
Did
Yeah,
you just say absurd?
I've noticed that actually. Yeah.
Wow. I don't even have any words for that.
Yeah, I don't have any words either.
I got
Like with Purple, you sometimes have to just like figure out what she wants and get it for her anyways, and then she'll be like, "Oh, thank you, because I've always really wanted this," but she won't say anything.
Yeah, basically.
How are you doing, Vin? Anything going on with you?
I'm pretty excited about Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Smash Bros.
So that's kind of why I bought. Well, one, I have been meaning to buy a Switch, so it just was like a happy coincidence that it actually happened to be on sale.
Nintendo
But
sucks. Don't at me.
but we're gonna get a Switch at one point.
Okay,
Wasn't that
now
like
that
something you were
you've said
thinking
that, not even the Nintendo part, just everybody in the Patreon chat at VAR right now, just at him. He loves it.
So
Nintendo's the worst.
Several people are typing.
Awful console. There's no good Nintendo properties.
I want to.
And, you know, there's gonna be that one guy that comments on this video is like, "VAR, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe you'd ever say this." He writes like a giant like page of stuff, and then he's like, "And I bet you're just gonna reply to this and say it was all a joke, aren't you? Because that's how petty you are."
In conclusion, ravioli is delicious. VAR sucks.
I can agree to that.
There's a conundrum that has been proposed in the Smash Bros.
gosh.
Look at what you guys did. Look at what you guys did. This is all you.
What does this do to your notifications? Like, how many does it say you have right now?
It doesn't say I have any notifications.
He turned them
Wow.
off.
Oh, yeah.
The
Alright,
plan was
start
foiled.
spamming
I don't
VAR
even-
in the other chats.
I don't even need to turn it off. I've got like 3
Discord.
monitors. I just have it open.
Good point. So, Van John, there's a thing going on with Smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
The debate is this a port with new
Right.
characters or an entirely new game? And there's debate on either side as to...
I
Nice.
truly believe it's a new game, and that is because it
I'm
features
starting
Breath
to
of the
believe
Wild
it's
Link.
a new game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a port with new characters.
I thought at first
Who
I thought it
cares?
was a support,
No one really cares.
I thought it
But
was a
people argue it.
but
What would the difference even be?
mechanics
yeah.
mostly. Like
So
the
basically-
mechanics vary quite a lot from game to game. Melee is well renowned because it had the most competitive aspects to it. There was a lot more implemented into its mechanics. It was faster. Gravity was higher. There's like really like those little things like that. The next couple of games didn't really have that. They became slower. They got rid of some mechanics. The latest game is probably the most balanced when it comes to appealing to competitive and casual crowds because it wasn't too dumbed down to the point where like people wouldn't want to play it competitively, but at the same time it had those options there if you wanted to, and you could still play it casually without like feeling alienated or whatever.
Melee is generally seen as the best mechanically out of the series. And
Yeah,
to this
that's
point where
usually how it is with fighting games. It's like they have the same basis, but with each iteration, there's changes to the mechanics to either improve it or try or do something different. Like for example, Mortal Kombat lately has been changing a lot of things. They have a lot of new features in the new game compared to before. So this game I thought was going to be a port at first. Then I saw like this tweet that the director of the game made, Sakurai.
Yeah.
He was the director of the last game. I believe I don't know which other Smash he directed before. But he has said before that Smash 4 was going to be his last one. Like the one for the Wii U was the last one he was going to work on, and then he's done. But he recently posted in light of the announcement saying that he's been working on this one in secret for a while, And as time goes on, he'll be more than happy to share more about it.
Oh, okay. So he's like Mark Hamill whenever he said he was done being the Joker.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
But that tweet has led me to believe that it's not going to be a port. That it's going
Makes
to be
sense.
a brand new game.
There's it's weird with the exception of the first one. There was 2 years between the first one and Melee, and then 7 years between Melee and Brawl, and then 6 years between Brawl and Wii U. And now 3 years. I guess it works, but I'm also used to Nintendo announcing Smash well in advance and hyping it up with new character reveals. According to the trailer, it's coming out this year.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That must mean that they had this in development for a very, very long, probably before
or it means
Smash Wii U came out. If it's a new game,
Yeah.
or it could be a port. I mean, it could go either way. I'm not putting my money down on.
I never
either,
played Wii
but-
U. How was the engine? Was it well received?
What do you mean you never played Wii U? Yes, you have.
I played it at a demo kiosk at
And then you
Target.
played it with
I
us.
played one game with you at Brick Fair. I've never sunk enough time into it to learn mechanics.
Fair
Was
enough.
it well received? The engine was the gameplay balanced.
Yeah,
Was
people
it liked?
loved it.
Because I don't see why they would discard it if it worked fine. Considering Wii U never really got a chance.
They're going to discard it because the Wii U sucked. Nobody got a Wii U, so nobody got it for Smash, and that's
Totally.
there's
were
there's
the
plenty of
enemy
reason to believe why
Yeah,
it
wouldn't
could
they
be
just
a
port it
and
over
why-
to a better console?
Exactly.
That's what
So
I thought they were going to do it too. But
That's
the
what I
interesting
figured,
thing was they did the thing was for me, I would have assumed if they were going to do that, they would have done that alongside the same time like Mario Kart came out. So Mario Kart is exactly that. It's a port of a game for the Wii U going to the Switch. I can't imagine that it can't be too hard to port games from the Wii U to the Switch. They have different architecture, sure, but Nintendo in-house, it should be easier for them to port from the Wii U to the Switch.
From
this was
what
gonna
I
happen,
recall, there were limitations with the last game because of the fact that they made it for both Smash and Wii U and made it so that they could be compatible.
Rip Ice Climbers!
Yeah, exactly. For instance, Ice Climbers were cut out because they couldn't make it into the 3DS version, so they just didn't bother including them in either one. So they could have come up with a brand new game in which the architecture is a lot more well-founded and they could include more characters like that. It would make sense that way, and to not end up being limited by the previous game. I don't know.
Purple, I've received word that a purple dragon named Ridley will be in the new game.
Oh wait, really?
Could just be a remake of the original game where they just work on it, where they rework it from the ground up to make it for the Switch, and then they toss in new characters.
Yeah,
I do think that the idea of Smash from now on, Smash Brothers especially, DLC should be essentially the longevity of this game coming out. The Wii U actually had Smash Brothers 4 had some really good DLC and Bayonetta. They had Cloud from Final Fantasy. They had Ryu. They had a bunch of iconic game characters people have wanted for a very long while that got put into the game. So I'm very happy.
They never would.
Master Chief doesn't fit the style of people that would be in that game. Granted,
neither does
Snake.
Solid Snake.
I was so surprised that he got added at all. That was such a weird thing to me. That was the most bizarre addition to Smash Brothers.
Other than that, for any Nintendo fans, it was basically a bunch of ports. It was a port-heavy direct.
I'm not really happy about more stuff coming to 3DS. The more that system kind of goes out of vogue, the better
Bowser's
for me.
Inside Story 3DS.
I love that game. I'm just kind of I don't want to buy it for a console that's already dead.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do something new, just put it over to the Switch. That's the portable console from now on. That's the handheld console.
I'm a little disappointed that some of the stuff they're coming out with, like Luigi's Mansion, the Luigi's Mansion remake, is coming out for 3DS rather than Switch.
I got tweeted this great image when both Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story get remakes within a year, but you, who appear chronologically in between the two games, is abandoned by your creators and left to decay and be lost in the sands of time.
It's funny
Let's all
because
die.
Partners in Time might be my favorite one out of all of them.
I know.
No,
That was great.
Superstar Saga is really good. Like the Fawful is fantastically written in that game, but
Awful
Yes,
is
the
awful.
mustard of your doom.
it was pretty
The
great.
what?
Yeah, he was like a weird
Marvel's
little.
my favorite character.
He's a green bean.
He's
Yeah.
a green bean who
Yeah.
like insults his enemies with food references.
How do you know this, Purple?
My friend's really into Mario and Luigi.
It's the greatest. Story-driven Mario games give me life. It's a really interesting world.
Listen, Fawful is one of the best written Mario characters.
What
Which,
was his, like,
to be
iconic
fair-
quote? And this battle shall be the delicious mustard on that bread, the mustard of your doom.
Shut up.
Stop.
It's not that funny.
Yeah, okay.
It's great.
Out of context, it's not that funny, but like
very
in the
funny.
game, it was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Beyond that, there was Splatoon got a single player campaign, which is like
Another
okay.
one.
Another one.
It did
really
all
think
DLC
that-
campaign.
So it had one before.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
When's it coming to PC? Because that's the only time I'll ever play that
Never. Get a
You
Switch,
should,
Purple.
buy a Switch,
game. I
Purple.
haven't
It's
played.
260. Wait, are you
You
serious?
do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's right. You do, huh?
Yeah, I
I
do.
vaguely remember you mentioning that.
Wait,
Sounds
is it
disappointed.
your
Yeah,
family's or
I
yours?
do.
My family's.
Okay. All right. That's
If you
that's
can
fair.
play it.
Which
on
basically
the-
means it's my brother's.
Of course, it's for the
different
family. I mean, it's a Nintendo console.
It's
You
It's not like they're
can't
gonna buy anything for her.
just-
It's me.
Buy
They're
the
like-
Switch, gives it to her brother.
Like, hey, so
My mom's probably gonna buy me like a ton of food that is like all my favorites or something by the time she gets home. And you guys
I'm gonna
will
be so
sorry.
happy if she doesn't. She's gonna come home with like all the groceries and be like, "Oh, I didn't get you anything."
Oh,
Hmm.
so
To be honest, kind of
mean.
forgot about you.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess
Uh,
you'll have
Take
to
these
go.
groceries up to your
I also
brother.
bought a bunch of Nintendo Switches, but I forgot to get one for you.
Oh,
My mom is not that mean, you guys.
all right.
She
Duly
seems
noted.
pretty mean. No, I'm just-
She bought you Gatorade.
Meanie without a beanie.
Oh,
The
she
Gatorade
bought
is
more
very nice.
Gatorade.
she got
but
me
you-
something before she could get you something. She didn't even get you Gatorade.
The Gatorade was quite
Yes,
nice.
Wait.
she did?
No, she didn't. She
Yeah,
meant
she
to give it to one of us, but I think Var denied it. So she's like,
Gatorade.
okay, well, guess I gotta give it to my child now.
Gatorade is but a societal.
Because I already bought my own Gatorade, not knowing that she was gonna buy everybody Gatorade. I was really annoyed. I was like, "Oh, dang it!"
Should have waited.
She would've-
Patience favors the.
Yeah, she
oh,
would
sorry.
have.
Like
She
favorite
would have bought all you guys laser tag passes or whatever, but you guys had already gone the day before.
Yeah.
So,
R.I.P. Dude. R.I.P.
Patience is
Man.
the key.
Let's just have your mom come along instead of you, and she'll pay for all our stuff.
Dang,
And
Pretty true.
you're a meanie with a beanie.
not even a beanie.
No, not you,
Not
John.
disgrace beanies.
I wasn't talking about you this time.
I know.
Not
I,
everything's about
What are you? Why are you
Purple.
taking it as if I was describing you?
Not
didn't, I
everything's
said,
about
why are you
you.
doing this?
She said, "Don't disgrace beanies, dude. Don't like listen to her whenever she speaks." Gosh.
yeah.
It's a little hard to do it.
I know it's easy to forget.
Yeah.
God.
Nah, but
Sorry.
you're a cool person, Purple. Hopefully you get the Switch that you deserve someday.
I don't really want one, but thanks.
Yeah,
Nice.
you do.
what would
Hopefully you
make
get
you
the
want a
Switch that your brother deserves.
What would
Embrace
make me-
God,
They
Nintendo.
if they put Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch.
No!
Final Fantasy 16, Noctis returns. Switch exclusive.
Oh, if only.
And he's got a beard this time.
He has a beard in the main game.
I know, but he has a beard for the entirety of
Yeah,
this game because he returns.
does he lose the beard?
Bro, that-
He loses the beard, gets the beard back.
yes.
That's
Not
the
his
problem.
beard returns.
again.
Startle
Noctis
loses the
returns.
beard
Final
in the
Fantasy
last
15
cutscene,
too.
but-
The beard returns.
Noctis's beard
The beardo.
returns.
That reminds me, I gotta get the
Dot, dot,
demo.
dot.
They released the PC demo. I wanted to play that.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm installing it. I'm installing it now because they got.
What
the
is
new
even on the demo?
edition got-
It's just like the first couple chapters, basically.
What? The first
Yeah.
couple chapters?
Yeah, I was surprised. I haven't even like finished the demo.
That's not it. That's like not even a demo. Oh my gosh, that's like
Well, I mean-
part of the game.
It is part of the game, but that's what demos used to be. It was part of the game.
Yeah, but like most demos were only like I don't know, like 10 minutes worth
maybe,
of gameplay.
Yeah, 10
at
15
most.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, it's a couple of chapters for this one. You should totally get it.
That's
Basically,
a huge
the
The
demo.
full game, actually, the full
beginning
game is essentially the
game.
Game of the Year edition. It comes with all the DLC on PC, so it comes with all the DLC that's already out, including all of the side characters, like their
I guess that
DLC
makes
quest,
sense, yeah.
and then also the online stuff, because you can actually create your own character online and fight other people. Well, long story short,
Incredible.
and it's cheaper than the game was when it first came out too. I paid like what, $60 for it originally,
rip
and
me.
now it's like
Did you ever like
35.
get anywhere in it?
no, I did. I got all the way up to the part where Var spoiled for me, and then after that, I was like,
I remember that. Lamau.
Yeah, well, you know.
No.
What else
So,
has been going
yeah.
on?
Toys R Us is shutting down. You
I
guys hear about this?
did hear they're beginning
Hold
to
up, I'm gonna
think of
grab it.
liquidating us, aren't they?
Wait, like
Yeah,
every
so
store?
last year, what? Yeah, they're
Wait,
closing
like every
down
store?
all the stores. Apparently, they might announce it today, or next week. But people are saying that like essentially they took like a what, $3.1 billion bailout the last time, and then it was like, whoops, we don't even have enough money to pay that back. So Toys R Us is just going belly up. They haven't been able to find a buyer. No one's to buy them.
Wait, does that mean they're gonna have a bunch of sales?
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's
Probably.
that's probably gonna
Probably.
happen. We could go around and do a whole thing.
I'm like
Hey.
really sad right now. That's
Why are
really
you sad? It's a matter
I
of
don't know.
time.
Toys
It's a
R Us is
household
just
name.
like nostalgic.
In my
You
youth,
know
I
what?
loved
It
Toys
is.
R
It's
Us.
it's not nostalgic for me anymore. You know why? Because
Why?
they got rid of my closest Toys R Us when I was like 5.
Oh, same.
And you know what happened? They replaced it with a big old Babies R Us. So half my
Oh,
childhood
no.
thrown away right there for a bunch of babies.
Mine
The
got
near-
replaced
the
with a
next
furniture store.
Nearest Toys R Us was like a 40-minute drive.
literally no one
trying to
cares, man.
convince your parents to take you to this 40-minute.
You have a Lego store.
all the yeah.
Toys R Us is the first time where I saw all the Bunkle sets lined up in 2001. And that was...
I'm just saying. Plus,
No,
Toys
it is
R Us,
sad, like,
super expensive. This is what
I
they
was sad when
get.
Kmart went down.
Yeah.
I
Like,
like
if you get-
KB
there's-
Toys went down, and I was like, oh.
Oh, dude, KB Toys was great. I used to love getting toys at the
KB
mall.
Toys.
Yeah, KB
It was
Toys
the
was like
greatest thing
it was a
ever.
mini Toys R Us essentially. You could go to the mall, and it was still like the whole thing. But I honestly, I felt the experience was way better. I hate how Toys R Us looks on the inside now. Like
Pretty ugly.
it just feels like an empty, like a dirtier Walmart with only toys. That's what it
You
looks
I
like.
like-
remind me of a dirtier Walmart.
I liked KB Toys because they always had like a bunch of imported toys too. Like they had like Gundam models and like I remember getting some Saint Seiya figures from there. So I was really
Dude.
like that.
I want so much anime merch, but they don't sell it in this country, and I don't
Anime
know where
merch?
to
Barnes
buy
and
it.
Noble.
And
Barnes and
merch.
Noble started getting into the whole anime scene. I don't know what happened,
did.
but recently I've started seeing
did.
like Gundam.
But you know
figures
why?
there
Because
and
they're
all
also
kinds of
going
toys.
bankrupt. That's why.
Maybe.
What?
Toys R Us,
Wow.
Barnes and Noble is not doing well at all. They've actually
Everything's falling
they're closing
apart.
a bunch of stores like nationwide, and they might be filing for bankruptcy soon if it doesn't they don't change something.
Oh
What is
my
this
god.
Which is a shame. I love Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble right
Yeah,
now
that
is
is
where
a
I go
shame.
to. Like,
That's like the last standing bookstore. Remember,
know,
2016 Bionicle sets.
yeah,
first Barnes
Borders.
and Noble.
Borders is gone.
Borders, dude.
Borders. I loved Borders. I love bookstores, you know, but
I
like,
love going to Borders because they always not only did they have the books and everything, but they had like a pretty nice and sizable collectible section.
Well, I enjoyed bookstores just because they had good atmosphere, you know?
it's
too.
the same.
Hang out
The
there.
atmosphere is what
It
sells it
was,
for
it
me.
was enjoyable.
The issue
Yeah.
with that is that I'm guilty of this too. I'll go to Barnes and Noble. I'll check out a book. I'm like, I really like this book. How much is this? I wonder if it's cheaper on
Yeah.
Amazon. Oh, it is. All right, I'll just order it
Yeah.
and have it here in 2 days.
It's kind of like Toys
Barnes
R
and
Us.
Noble. Yeah, it's a giant like storefront for Amazon. Is what that is. Right, honestly speaking, I go there to have a good time, buy a Starbucks, read some books, and if I really like it, I buy it from Amazon. Kind of
Quite.
just how it is.
Dang, dude. There's actually like videos that I think there was this one channel I found that was like there's like a dead mall guy where he'd go around and like record videos in like dead old malls that have been abandoned, and it's like actually really depressing because you can like see the history of the mall just kind of
Man.
like there. It's like it was like it's just stuck in time. Like he'd walk around, turn a corner, and there'd be like a Coca-Cola bottle just sitting there from like the 80s
Oh, no.
untouched.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
crazy. It's really fascinating and really sad. And like he did one where he goes through like a Kmart and like it's really depressing because he's like playing all the old like Kmart music that they used to have and like going through all the stuff there and like oh god, it's depressing, dude.
I kind of want. If you find
might have
this
to see
video,
this.
I'll put like part of it in
Yeah,
the
I
stream.
want to find this
Like
video.
recommend it.
Old mall
I'll get
guy. Dead mall guy.
This is it's
yeah,
really
Dead Mall
like
series.
it's very interesting to me. Well, people are saying in the comments that like digital toys are kind of taking over, and that's what the whole deal is around.
Basically,
but
yeah.
honestly, I've actually found that a lot of my friends are going back. Like I know a lot of whenever we hang out, we do board games. Board games have actually been a big deal with my friends recently, and I know it's for a lot of other people too. I've been read some stuff online. Board games are back in vogue.
I'm bored of them.
Well, the main
You're
thing,
so
the main
funny.
reason why.
Be a
is,
comedian.
The main reason why is because, like, I guess, like, multiplayer video games are limited to 4 players. So if you have, like, a bunch of people over, it's not all, like, one deal.
Yeah. So another interesting thing about this this Kmart video is that he actually documents it from the point of when the store begins liquidating its assets to it being closed for a year. So you can actually see the decline, the progression of it, like slowly losing business to it clearing out its stock to it being completely abandoned and dead.
Wow.
Yeah, it's depressing, dude.
Oh man, I'm scrubbing
Such is
through
the
this.
way of life.
Like I'm at the point now where like most of the shelves are empty, and they're just stuff is just haphazardly placed around. Like no one cares anymore. The employees are just like, all right, what are they gonna do? Fire me? Listen, I'm gonna finish my shift here and then I'm gone.
And at the very end, he goes there like in the dead of night, and it's completely abandoned. It's actually kind of creepy.
Oh man, this is creepy.
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 This is real creepy.
Creepy.
It's like freaky and creepy at the same time. It's creepy.
This entire place looks like a giant bathroom. That's what it looks like.
Rip.
Yeah, but he's got all kinds of videos in different malls and stuff. So I didn't know that the what is it Landmark Mall in Alexandria, Virginia was closed down. Did not know that.
Did
and
we?
I work at a,
Huh.
yeah,
Did
I
we
work at a
go
taxi
there?
company that no, we didn't go there.
Rip.
I work at a taxi company in that area, so I never realized that mall had gone down. So it's pretty interesting. He does a video on that too. It once again completely depressing. It's weird. It's just like the malls just like stayed in time. Like despite it being like 2004 or whatever when it finally closed down, it still looks like it was from the 80s.
Yeah.
Hmm.
His guy's name's Dan Bell. Check him out.
Damble.
Dan Bell. I'm looking at what you're talking about right now. Like he's going through this abandoned mall and the backstage area, not backstage, but like the what do they call that? The employees only area, basically.
Oh
backstage.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting to me because the mall that I grew up around, there's a mall in Marion, Illinois, and originally it was thriving. It was like the big mall that everyone went to. Then basically halfway through, it stopped getting business, and over time, as I grew up, I saw that mall decay into nothing. Almost all the stores in there are closed. No one goes there anymore. There's a Target there, and that's the only reason people still go. But they don't go inside the mall. They just go to Target, and it's so depressing. It's like
Rest in
knowing that
peace.
people used to be here, that used to be alive, and a ton of people were around and doing all that
And
stuff.
that people really loved it, right? Like
Yeah,
this was
and,
a hot spot that people actively went to go hang
People
out.
hung out here, like this is like a place where you're like people used to be excited to go here, and now it's just
And
kind of
now it's just completely forgotten.
Just
man.
bad memories.
It's almost like
Yeah.
Bionicle.
Wow.
A huge goddamn.
All right,
I
but
just
one
wanna
dude
upset
complaining in the
everyone
comments
that's
about how we
listening
don't
to this.
talk about Bionicle. There we go. Here you go. That's it.
Boom.
You're welcome.
So, what else has been going on?
Yeah. How about
There's
you,
Marvel stuff.
No. I want to talk about you, not MCU. You, just you.
Okay. What do you
But
want
then we had such a long discussion about. Actually, I do want to ask the patron chat here, just without any
Oh,
true thought or anything.
God's sake.
Who is stronger, Jessica Jones or Captain America?
Oh
my
God.
Wait,
Okay,
turn
all
into-
right.
I just want to know what people say.
I was about to say, like, Jessica Jones season 2 came out. I guess you guys watched the first episode, and it sparked a debate.
Well, no, it's just John said something really dumb.
And, listen, I think it's okay. So there is there was a scene where we're recapping Jessica Jones, and there's a scene in season 1 where Cage is like, "Are there other people like us?" to Jessica, and I was like, "Yeah."
I was like, why would he ask that question? He knows the Avengers exist. Like, he knows there are other people like him.
Well, and so I was like, how many of them are actually super powered?
And I was like, Thor, Hulk, Captain America.
Literally everyone.
Literally everyone.
That's where I got, okay, hold up now.
Super powered.
And so Scarlet Witch, Vision, they definitely fit that superpowered role.
They weren't there in that time, though.
They were not there at the time that they made this. It was just the original Avengers.
The only people that were not super powered was Hawkeye and Black Widow.
And Iron Man.
Oh yeah, and Iron Man. Fair enough.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's fair. Of course, I don't. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, maybe people didn't know who Iron Man was, but no, they do. So
yeah, I mean, he kind of
like in the first movie.
Yeah.
The thing about the thing I was thinking is that, or what I had said is that basically Captain America is enhanced, but he's not necessarily superhuman. And that Jessica Jones is a superhuman.
That makes no freaking sense at all.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
yeah,
no,
what?
He's a superhero. He's got
yes,
superpowers.
He is enhanced to be superhuman.
No, well, I guess like so there's a power scale in the MCU. There's some people, they're like the average trained people. So that's like Hawkeye and Black Widow. They have no.
I imagine Purple is just like seething in the seat right now as she has to listen to this whole thing again.
Purple, do you think Captain America is a superhuman?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, that ends that debate.
Purple is law.
Why do you think he's superhuman as opposed to just being a really strong dude?
Because he can curl a helicopter!
He can lift the girder.
He can lift tons worth of weight!
The girder was the big thing that was like,
don't forget about how he can run laps.
You guys debated it for hours, and then like the end conclusion is
Oh,
kind of just like the writers
that's so
think
small.
about it as much as...
Yeah, so the girder thing is a deal where like Meso is like they calculated how much it would take to lift the girder. Originally calculated how much it would take to lift a helicopter,
which
but
was
then,
about
like,
3,000 pounds, right?
3,000 pounds.
Yes,
which is
3,000
granted
pounds.
way more than a human can handle. I'll give you that. But this girder, someone calculated, is about around 50,000 pounds. There's another scene where like some guy also talks about how Captain America like pushes a bulldozer, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. they reference how like he does that, and the bulldozer's like 60,000 pounds. So long story short, these these are impressive feats that he does in the movie. I don't think they're right. We can all agree, I feel, that the writers did not mean to say that Captain America can lift 50,000 pounds.
Yes, I think
like
that is not.
I don't agree to that though.
I guess.
The problem is there's nothing in the movie that would support that claim. They've gone out of their way to showcase that this guy is superpowered, though. Like you brought up the fact that he's clearly meant to be this character who is simply just a normal person who's slightly enhanced. He's reached the peak of human performance, but there's nothing in the movies to suggest that. That's definitely comic book accurate, but in the movies,
strength is
that
still
came from nowhere.
Superpower. Just because he doesn't have laser vision doesn't mean he's not like a superhero.
No, yeah, right. No, what I'm saying is that like his strength is like an enhanced person's strength. So he's pushing what humans
But
can
it's
do.
not though. It's not though. But it's not. Nothing in the movie suggests that. His strength is beyond what a human can do. Everything in the movie that they've shown is everything in the movie that they've shown has countered that point. He is clearly able to do things that people cannot do despite years worth of training and endurance practice and like building muscle.
Let's see.
And the movie's never said anything to suggest otherwise.
We have yet to see Cap face off against someone who is not a super soldier in a very fair fight.
Spider-Man?
I mean, they've got super in the name.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is super.
Hold up. Did you say we have yet to see him face off against someone who isn't a super?
Even the super soldier, like hand to hand, just straight up. Obviously, he did fight Iron Man. Iron Man has the Iron Suit. I know, but he
Voltron.
easily beat him. He easily beat him. So like that's what I mean. Obviously, Captain America fights a bunch of soldiers on that ship too, but he just
That
wipes
drop
the
gave him
floor
a
with
run for the money.
He really didn't, though. If you can see that, I analyze that fight scene a lot. It's a really good fight scene, but like Captain America just kind of whoops his butt pretty easily. He never like hand-to-hand fights Zemo or anything. He like kind of fights against the Red Skull, but the Red Skull is also a super soldier, and he's actually about the same that Captain America has. So I will admit, Captain America's superness is vague, but the way he's written is about like he is
okay.
He
Yes.
is superhuman. He's on the lower end of
where is the
superhuman.
evidence to support that that's how he's written though?
Yeah, it just sounds like you're making that.
You're making that up. That's what it sounds like. Yes. Because
No, I
that is
think it's-
definitely how it is in the comics.
Right.
I will give you that.
I think
but
the movies, what they portray as like as a super soldier is someone who is, I guess that's the term I use for enhance. Someone who is greater than peak human, but obviously is not the level like the Hulk or Thor at. Right? Like Captain America is not as strong as the Hulk and Thor. I feel that
yeah,
is
but that
shown in the
doesn't
movies, right?
that shouldn't make a distinction between whether he's a superpowered person or not. He's clearly got superpowers.
There are levels.
Because he's not as strong as another superpowered being doesn't mean he's not superpowered.
There are levels.
Can super annoyance be a superpower?
Are you super annoyed right now?
Is the Flash not a superhuman because he just runs really fast?
Well, wait, what? No, that's clearly what the superhuman means. He runs superhuman. Now, what you're saying is Usain Bolt is superhuman because he runs faster than the majority of people on the planet.
Yeah, but
That's
Captain America
basically it.
isn't. Captain America's super strong though.
Now, the one thing I will give you, Captain America is altered, and that's what kind of like that brings that.
Doesn't
that sense
matter.
into it.
It doesn't matter what causes the powers. It's the fact that he has powers that make his abilities go beyond that of a normal human being.
It's like saying
Spider-Man was altered
X-Men
by
are
the
not
spider.
Superpowered. They're
Yeah.
mutants. They're just mutated.
No, I'm arguing for your point. No, listen, what I'm saying is that I'm arguing for your point, right? You are right. Captain America was altered, so he's beyond what a
Shocker's
normal
not a
person can
villain,
do.
He's just a
Like,
shocker.
if-
Shocker.
But the issue is, if Captain America like fought someone like Batman, for example, just a person who's been trained for a very long time, and if they had an evenly matched fight, that would prove that Captain America, while being very skilled, is still on the lower level of being superhuman at all. But I mean, sure, it's vague.
So like all this is well and good. There are points to be made here, but how does it relate to Jessica Jones? Because like you want to talk about vagueness. There are a few
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
her doing like
well,
crazy things.
Jones as
Most
superhuman.
notably, spoilers for Defenders when she like lifts an elevator. She like breaks out of a chair,
Oh,
breaks a
that's
chair.
what
You
that
guys
scene
were
is
mentioning,
from.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like you want to talk about vagueness? There's like just as many outliers on like Cap's side to say like, oh, ridiculous feats of strength, and then like regularly, like Jessica has trouble throwing like random people when her. And
Well, yeah,
Luke fight
that's what
some
I was
goons
thinking.
in
Whenever,
season
like, I was like, I don't know if it's definitive that she's stronger, only because there have been several scenes in the show where she clearly, like, her strength doesn't seem to match what was shown to us, like, previously.
Unless you want to say she's holding back, which would be interesting.
Yeah, but if she's holding back, she wouldn't be struggling. She'd just be holding back.
That's true.
Like, I don't know, her strength varies every episode. She shows some levels of strength that are beyond, superhuman, but then you've got some where it's like she's struggling to keep up with like a normal person or fight off a normal dude.
Yeah, no, I totally agree that her power set's super vague, and they never really like show how like it's clear that she's very strong in certain points in the series. So she does like really she stretches that not even stretches. She clearly is super strong in certain scenes. But in other scenes, she has trouble against where she shouldn't have any trouble.
Yeah,
Pretty true.
it's
Saw a
strange.
Magic belt
Yeah.
picture.
To be fair, there were multiple arguments going on here, and only one I was actually invested in. The one I was invested in was whether or not Captain America had superpowers and whether he could be considered a superhero.
I think it's clear in
The
show
him
that
versus Jessica
is
Jones
like-
one, I do not really care about. Jessica could be stronger, she could be weaker. I don't really care.
They're also made by different studios, like completely independent of whether you say
Right.
they're in the same universe or not. The people making them probably didn't collaborate on their action scenes.
And they probably won't like face off against each other. If we saw a scene where Jessica Jones fights Captain America, we could see if she was, we could see that matchup and be like, okay. I think in the way that they are portrayed, Jessica Jones is supposed to be more powerful than Captain America. But fair enough. I mean, like, Captain America is a superhero. So there is there is that's the level. It's just kind of like, when I say enhance, it basically just means what it essentially refers to is a superhuman that's like on the lower end of being superhuman, as opposed to like clearly superpowered. Scarlet Witch is an example. Vision is an example. Thor, Hulk, and the future Captain Marvel. They're all going to be on this clearly superpowered, way more powerful than the normal people realm. And then you have like people on the lower end who aren't really superpowered at all. And then like enhanced people, and then like in the middle you have like Spider-Man, I guess. So enhanced is like Captain America, Bucky, Black Panther, any of the super soldier people, where they're like they're clearly they're more than just a human, but they're not at the level that they could be.
I think Black Panther could take Thor.
No.
Thor's hammer could even break Cap's shield, and like Black Panther's whole outfit is. I mean, I know Mjolnir's gone, but like his whole outfit is vibranium. He's basically invincible.
That guy gets shot in the head.
Black Panther is broken.
Okay, but
Black
the question
Panther
is,
kind of broken.
could Black Panther beat Hulk?
I think he could get tossed around a lot, probably get a concussion and die.
All right, so
That's
that's
But
the
you
thing.
gotta remember
Right.
that Black Panther has the strength of the Black Panther.
Pretty sure that's racist. The only reason I bring that up is because if you think that Hulk could, if you don't think that Black Panther could beat Hulk, then you have to say the same for Thor, because those two are clearly on very even playing fields in terms of strength and power.
Pretty true.
Yeah, I mean, we literally see a matchup between.
Yeah, we see them fight each other. I mean, it's a point of contention throughout the comics too, for years, about whether which one is stronger.
Yeah.
So if it looks like it'd be impossible for him to beat Hulk, it's impossible for him to beat Thor too.
Now that Thor's achieved
say so.
lightning power, it's probably
Thor
that's
has
like
Thor's
the point
stronger. Like his ceiling is apparently higher than Odin. We never saw Hulk versus Odin fight, but like apparently Thor his power has increased with the death of his father. So
Yeah.
It could be every way. And Black Panther is a little broken he wasn't broken before. It's all this like stupid kinetic redistribution stuff.
Yeah, that was.
I don't
stupid.
know.
That's
That's such a game breaking thing. I don't know how that like.
All throughout the
hate it.
movie, it's like they kept trying to like put him in dangerous situations, but like I never once bought it because he can just shrug off everything.
Yeah.
And yet somehow, like, minor spoiler, Black Panther, minor, when Killmonger shoots him with a noob tube, like, somehow that disables him for a second, even though he tanked a shot from Claw's vibranium arm, and he was perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Black Panther.
figure.
The movie did ruin that that whole like suspension of disbelief when it comes to how much you can take, because it basically said anything that hurts you, the suit absorbs it, and then you can also use it back at people. So technically speaking, if Hulk punches Black Panther, he can just absorb the Hulk punch and then like kind of shoot it back at him.
And then
Technically
shoot it back at him. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
questionable.
it's really dumb.
So like that was kind of dumb.
Plot twist, Black Panther's how they beat Thanos, Infinity Guard.
He's like, Thanos
Reality gem
throws the
explodes.
planet at him, and he absorbs the planet. He's like, and then he gets
Would
like,
not
planet
surprise
punch. Yeah,
Does the suit have like a limit?
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure I'm sure they'll write one for it, but
They didn't
That
set
would
one
be
up in the
really
movie.
cool. Like it overloads the limit and like something in the suit breaks and cause like some
sure
backfire
they'll make something
shockwave
up.
type thing. That ends
Well,
up
they'll come up with something.
Kevin Feige also, it was really bizarre. Kevin Feige did an interview and he just like revealed Thanos' like entire backstory. Just in an
Wow.
interview. I'm not sure if that means it's not going to be in the movie. I'm kind of inclined to think so. They're gonna leave it for supplemental material,
kind
but
of
like
sounds like it.
he goes like all into it. Like with the planet he's from and like his motivations and like what happened. And I'm like, what are you doing? What is this?
Probably
That
because
Almost
they're
sounds like
doing
something
it
they
in
should
the
do
movie.
for the movie.
I'll post a link if anybody wants
It
to
does.
know. But there you go.
That's really
yeah,
weird.
I'm actually I'm not quite sure why he would do that. Now a while ago, the Russo brothers did say that they were experimenting with different ways of doing trailers for movies. They did, and they mentioned something like the one shots, how they like the one shots. There could be maybe this is like I don't think they're gonna do it, but just hypothesizing here, they might do a Thanos one shot where they have like a thing where they have Thanos and he comes they goes into his backstory and everything. They did that for Blade Runner actually. They did 3 separate short films for Blade Runner outside of the trailers, and so if you saw those, you would actually get some more context on the Avengers.
Pretty cool.
I think it's a good. I would like a Marvel one shot that's like the party scene from Age of Ultron, where it's just all the Avengers and they're in the plain clothes and they're having a dinner party and they just
chilling
riff on each other, just chilling. Well, that would be a lot of great fan service going in Infinity War that people would love, and because there's no costumes, you actually don't have to do a lot for makeup or anything. You just have all the actors like getting together, just ad lib, see what goes on.
Pretty true.
I don't know. I feel like that would be really cool, but.
It's also bizarre because they changed Infinity War's release date to April 29th, and they're just like not advertising that. I'm sure they will.
The new trailer is coming next week or something. I heard. They actually showed a clip at the Disney stockholder not convention meeting. Basically, they showed a clip, and they have registered for like all the theaters have updated the runtime for Infinity War, which is like 2 hours and 37 minutes. I think it's the longest MCU movie to date.
Wow.
And yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be grand.
So
get hyped, y'all.
There is one final thing.
A normal dude? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess were you like...
Star-Lord's confusing. I don't know.
He's a regular guy,
but
he uses tech. He's like bootleg Iron Man, but he has the space tech to give him
well, here's the thing. I have thought for the longest time,
he's also part
actually.
God, right?
Oh, yeah,
he was part God.
I forgot!
He's part God. But then he no longer has his God powers. He's destroyed the planet. Except I kind of think Ego is lying to him. I think that Ego is lying to him that his power was dependent on the Ego being around. He might be connected to Earth, honestly.
Maybe. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, if he was connected to both, and he just
that's what I thought. Like because of his mom or something, that he was connected to both of them, and so Earth is where like he's still able to wield Infinity Stones and everything. He originally because he was half a Celestial. So I don't know, maybe, but if he's part God, he is clearly on the level of like Thor and Hulk and everything. If not, he is like
he's a demigod,
like Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man level, where he just has
pretty big power gap.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a big change depending on which one is more accurate.
Anyway, the thing I was going to mention is I don't know what to make of this. It's bizarre why this interview would have even occurred. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to have its 100th episode soon, and they're like marketing the heck out of that. Jeff Loeb, the guy who runs Marvel Television, did an interview, and someone asked him, will the Avengers ever find out that Coulson is alive? And he gave a very unexpected response. He said, "It is certainly something that will get resolved, and it may get resolved in a very surprising way."
What?
And I'm like, why would you say that unless you actually have a plan? Like, maybe they do have a plan for it, but all you're going to do is Jeff Loeb, the head of Marvel TV. That means there has to be a plan, because otherwise you're just trolling the fan base.
So what if, like, okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, essentially, the Soul Stone, right? We don't know how it works. But originally it was a thing where it kind of was implied only Black Panthers, are done by they get to be a part of the Soul Stone, and like in the Panther Tree, right? Pan 3. Revenge of the Sith. There is a scene though in Black Panther. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'm assuming if people have seen it. It's like the biggest Marvel movie, solo movie of all time. Might be the biggest one aside Avengers. He goes and sees his dad, who was never a Black Panther. So we can kind of assume that the Soul Stone has like the souls of other people that have died, right?
Wait, what?
His dad was a Black Panther.
Dad was a Black Panther.
Killmonger's dad was not a Black Panther.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. Killmonger goes and sees his dad. Killmonger's dad was never a Black Panther. That's a big point. His brother was the Black Panther, and that's why he had to do X, right? So
Yeah, that really confused me for a second. All right.
it did. Yeah. So what I'm wondering is, if other people that have died get to be in the Soul Stone, does that mean they'll see Coulson there, or not? If that might be the only reason I see like them like kind of like scrubbing it in the movies, is that like Coulson is there, and they in the movies it's like kind of implied that he's there with the Soul Stone, but we know because we've watched Shield that's not the case. But like that's how they just gloss
bizarre.
over Coulson coming back.
There's no way that they could somehow integrate that into Infinity War, even if the TV shows and the movies did connect. There's just too much going on at this point, and I've long since lost hope for a cameo on the show. So I don't know what he means by that, or why he would be trolling the fan base.
If the show ends, I wonder if that will be like a, you know, they'll
Maybe.
be able to use Coulson again, possibly.
I mean, the theory that I've had for a long time is that when Shield ends, Coulson will be dead. And then they will introduce the other characters into the, like, if Shield ever shows up again, like, Daisy will be the director. And they just,
Ooh, that'll be cool.
that's
That would
just
be
a
cool.
theory
That
that
would
I've
be
had. But I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I'm very interested to see.
Do
Other
we know
than
what
that-
Nick Fury's up to now?
No, and it's really weird because everyone assumed he would be in Infinity War, but he's apparently not.
Is he not?
I thought he was. I thought he was confirmed to be in
was.
it.
He said a while
He's in
back,
it-
like,
he's in that trailer."
They haven't called me yet. And I'm like, well, that's pretty bizarre.
I could have sworn I heard that he was confirmed to be in it.
I might be missing something, but it's pretty strange.
I could have sworn too, but maybe they cut him out. I mean, he is going to be in Captain Marvel. We know for a fact that he's in Captain Marvel.
Him and Kobe Smulders were spotted on the set of Avengers 4. But,
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of then.
which still confuses me. I really wish they weren't doing this in such a roundabout way.
Yeah,
But
don't
what
they
can
have
you do?
that weird scene in Avengers 4, like, where they're refilming part of Avengers?
Yeah, that's happening. There's the speculation that they're like doing fake stuff just to
Just to throw people
in
off?
fake spoilers.
I mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That sounds pretty in line with what they would do. They did similar.
either
thing
that or
before.
time travel, which I would despise.
I would
Or
despise time
flashbacks.
travel, but I saw a comment that's like, what if they go back in time? But everyone is brought back in time, and they do that Avengers shot, you know, from the first Avengers movie, but it's with all the characters, and I was like, I want to see that so bad. That's so cheesy, but I want to see it so badly.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be a
Like,
good shot.
yeah, like, and they would do like comparison, like it's all like Spider-Man's there, and Black Panther, and Captain Marvel, and Ant-Man, and like the Guardians, you know, and it's like a whole panning around and like how far we've come. That'd be great.
Which would be very excellent.
But
With the
anyhow.
music from Iron Man 1 playing in
We're
the
at the
background.
hour mark, so we're gonna begin wrapping up. But if there's anything else we want to talk about, pitch it now.
I'm tired.
Did your mom come back, Purple?
Yeah, I don't know. If
Hey,
I'm
Purple,
good,
how's
though.
your mom?
No, I mean like, did she give you any food?
I don't know. I haven't gone upstairs yet.
I kind of want to know what the conclusion of this like arc is. Like, if she brought you back your favorite thing or not. I'm a little
Plot
bit
twist.
curious.
She just brought you like a sandwich, just like a regular bland dry chicken sandwich.
Without
like,
any
oh,
chicken,
but I like
just
standard.
bread.
Without any chicken.
The chicken sandwich. Hold the chicken.
Delicious.
I gave
Yum.
the chicken to your brother.
Swear to God. My brother actually did eat one of my sandwiches when we were in Vegas.
Stop doing this! Stop giving
you
the
let
liberty
him?
to our jokes.
Yeah, a lot of it was like, here you go. I didn't really want it, so.
Wow.
Loser. All right. Well, that's gonna be all for TTV 288, I think.
Yay!
So
All
thank
right.
y'all very much for coming out today. I really had fun on this
You're
epic
welcome.
podcast. Thank you, Vin, for gracing us with your presence.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was fun.
First time we've had a 5-person show.
Yeah, man, no
a
problem.
good
Thanks
while.
for thanking me.
And it was neat. So, as per usual, thank you very much for checking us out. If you want to continue the discussion, check out our message boards at board.ttvchannel.com and consider going to Patreon at patreon.com/TTV channel and pledge $1 to join our live studio audience and be in the know on everything that happens. Get your chat in the video and all that fun stuff. This week's patron shout out, let me see if I can pick someone we haven't done before. I will go with Wubble Wubble Wizard. I love that name.
dude
I
sounds
adore
cool.
that
Great
name.
name.
That dude
You
sounds
are-
cool.
The best. So thank you very much, and we will see you all next week for another exciting episode of the TTV podcast. I'm Meso.
I'm Var.
I'm John.
I'm Ven.
And I'm purple.
And send your well wishes to Purple's food journey. Hopefully it all works
I'll
out.
update you guys if I get the Switch or not. We'll see.
Yes,
how it
that
happens.
too. Yes.
Yeah.
The Switch.
I'm sure you care a lot about that.
Oh yeah,
Mason.
that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Switch is
I
a
forgot,
big
to
thing.
be honest.
No,
about
I
it.
know. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.